really hoping this thing actually starts. 93 Jeep Wrangler YJ. Alright, neutral. I gotta turn that off. Come on, baby. Like a kitten, that thing purrs. 134,000 miles on my new to me 1993 Wrangler YJ with a pretty much mint interior. We're gonna be going over all the problems in this video. Gonna be fixing a lot of them. Kind of ghetto for one or two of them just because I don't have the parts yet, but nothing that's like extremely ghetto. Gonna let this thing warm up though, cause well, she's cold and I'm cold, and it's like I think 15 degrees out or less. But the fact that it just cold started, a little bit of cranking time, that's pretty normal for these 4 liters. They're known to crank for a little bit. 3 seconds worth of cranking and she fired right up. Idle's perfect. I think we're at like 1,000 RPMs. That's perfect. So pretty stoked that it actually started, especially considering how cold it is. I have 3 shirts on, 2 pairs of pants, actual boots, and it sounds perfect. So no complaints there. You can tell it's a little bit cold. Woo. Damn it. So I popped the hood for you guys so you guys can see everything that's going on. It's so quiet. So this model was optioned with air conditioning, which is pretty rare for these Jeeps. Now it is an old R12 system and supposedly it doesn't work. It happens. I want to fix it and convert it to the newer stuff. Pretty cheap conversion, pretty easy to do, so that'll be pretty sweet. What I'm doing now, and also I just read the one of the papers. I believe this Jeep was green in one of its past lives, but I love the red now. It's super classy, so we're definitely gonna keep it the red that it is. I gotta find someone who can paint match it good. What I'm doing now is I went to lock the doors. The passenger door is decent, but the window's kind of sticky, so I'm gonna lube up around the window, get the tracks all nice and lubed, of course. And the locks are all really sticky, so I'm gonna pop off all the panels. We're gonna redo all the locks, lube them up, clean them up, make sure they all work good. Starting off with this rear latch, this one didn't work at all. It's all Torx bits all the way around. And well, this is what happens when you have someone who properly rebuilds it. You just push this all the way back. Of course, got to get that stopper because otherwise it hits the tail light, but it just comes right out. I didn't even know this was an option on American vehicles. All right, so I got it off, and this is our little lock cylinder right here. So we're just gonna lube it up. I mean, we could take it out, I think. But I think I'm just gonna lube it up. I'm gonna put the key in it, which means I have to turn the thing off, sadly, because it's nice and warm in there. I'm gonna put the key in it, see if it's actually moving everything it needs to be moving, because I believe this is a lock. I'm just gonna lube up everything in there. Some nice silicone WD-40. So I got the lock all working perfectly. Now, besides realizing that this I could use a new one of, it's kind of rotted and rusty and crusty. Again, it's just a literal protective cover. That's all this does. Probably gonna be 10, 20 bucks online. So besides realizing I need a new one of these, just gotta bolt it back on, and then we'll move on to the doors and windows. Sweet. All it needed was some WD-40 and a little persuasion. Here, as you guys can see, absolute butter. And then I can lock it. I can unlock it. Mint. So that's all good. Time to move on to the 2 front doors and windows. So the next step was to lube up this door. Now I decided not to pull the panel off because apparently it's really easy to break them on these, and I didn't want to risk that, but I did pull this off, and I'm going to put the strap on the other side because I'm not going to have passengers in it very often, and as long as they're not stupid, we're all set. I used some silicone WD-40 around the window. Rolls down with a lot less effort, gets a little tight towards the bottom, but goes back up pretty well. Got to clean the windows, obviously, but locks work great. This door is done. We took out the lock cylinder and the whole door panel and like literally everything, but may have found the issue as to why it wasn't working, and then it's just a matter of reassembly at this point. And we're thinking this has a little bit of play in it when this little piece right here that grabs onto the cable, it's got a little bit of play, so it's not, you know, it kind of moves around rather than using the torque of turning the key to move the rod. it just gets transferred to this and kind of moves this around. So I'm gonna try to get a washer or something under it to take up some space. Also, listen to the horn. So I am currently in the YJ. We're about to go actually take this thing shopping. We're gonna see how efficient it can be. Now, I got the rear hatch working, the passenger door working, some of the other issues as far as panels not being perfect. This driver's door, it wasn't working for a while. Fixed it up a little bit. I got it to lock and now it works. But before, this interior handle right here would stay open, but now it springs back, so it should work perfectly with the panels off, because I want to make sure it's all good before I go ahead and patch it up, because I patched it up and then it wasn't good again. So hopefully this is all set. Now the hood also has some issues, but it's latched right now and I'm going to keep it that way. Secondary latch just doesn't want it. You have to line it up and pull it and bend it. I think it just needs to be tweaked a little bit, and that's one of the issues. But right now I'm about to show you guys what it's like to take this thing grocery shopping and see how possible it is. Hopefully it's possible. So it's the next day and I totally forgot to film a bunch of stuff for you guys. I just took the Jeep to work, drove there fine, absolutely no problems, drove back, no problems, except for your boy left his parking lights on. So the battery was dead when I came out from my 6.5 hour shift. So I had it coming, had to jump start it, but we're all good now. Put like 20 bucks in it, and when I went to the gas station, it was full service, which I hate full service, but anyway. In case you guys didn't know this about Jeep Wrangler YJs, that's your gas cap. And it was kind of funny watching the kid not be able to find where the gas cap was. That kind of made my day. But in any case, this works now. I thought the door handle up here was broken and the spring was detached. It's not. It works. I think I just had to bend these rods a little bit, but it's all functioning. Gonna pop the door panel back on now, and we should be in business. So I gotta pop this off, put the door panel on, and hold it on with those three. I'm gonna start the Jeep. Ugh. Ooh, probably should have put in the clutch. Oh well. I'm gonna start this thing and let the heat blast because it's a little cold out. Hopefully she starts. Perfect. Purrs like a kitten. Also, if you guys have a name for this Jeep Wrangler, be sure to comment down below. I don't know what on earth I want to call it. My dad said Rodney. Do I call my Jeep Rodney? I don't think I can call it Rodney. So just comment down below. Let me know what you guys think I should call my Jeep. I think it's a girl, but I don't know. Comment down below. So let's get the door panel. Let's throw it on. And yeah, I'm gonna also go over some of the bigger issues, like the biggest issues with this Jeep. Really tell you guys what's wrong with it, and then I'll tell you how long until I fix it, because, well, we'll see. And for those of you that are wondering how you left your lights on, Nick, how'd you not notice your lights on while you're at work? Well, those are headlights on, right? Right? And then that's this little switch. It's a two-part switch. Let me get my phone light out for you guys. So as you guys can see, it's a two-part switch. The whole thing is headlights on. Turn it off, or you have your daytime running lamps on, which is literally just these. So in the sun, you don't even see those things running. So that's how that happened. I'm just trying to justify myself being an idiot on my first day of Jeep ownership. So got the door panel back on. I do want to get a new one of these. This one's just kind of bent, a little messed up, but obviously not a big deal. Doesn't affect function at all. I need to get some more clips in because one of them broke, so it's a little floppy down on the bottom, but again, these are very, very minute details. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go over all of the things that have to be done to this Jeep before I'm happy with it, and to be honest, it's probably less than $150 in parts, and that's to make it like really nice. So I'm gonna start off with the interior because I can turn the heat on and it's warm. That's probably really loud, isn't it? All right, so one thing you'll notice, I only have one key for this Jeep, and the other key is actually in the center console lock. I figured that out this morning. So I obviously have to get a new key made and pull that out of the cylinder. Very easy process, I'm thinking. Not a big deal. Now on Saturday, when I actually picked up the Jeep, the guy said he ordered a new head unit and that it would be in the day that I went to go look at it. Sadly, the head unit came in the day after. So on Saturday, we're gonna do a little vlog and we're gonna go pick it up. Now the Accord will actually be sold on Friday, and I'll hopefully vlog that too. I'll include it in the Saturday vlog. But yeah, so he has a brand new head unit and that's gonna go in. Obviously gotta wire that up, and it has this sound bar up here in really nice shape actually, so that's pretty cool. So I gotta do that, gotta wire in the head unit. I wanna get a new center area because it's broken a little bit. It's missing one fin, missing one of the fins in the AC vent. I'd like to see if I can fix that at all, maybe get the trim piece or whatever would fix it. Hopefully I can do that. I broke that this morning sadly, but it happens. The other thing I'll need is these little straps, and of course obviously I have one on this side. That's the strap that when you close the door a little bit. You can open it up, and that's sort of how you remove the doors. And obviously with that strap off, you can open the door all the way. That's pretty much useless as far as I'm concerned. So I need to get the other strap because the passenger door doesn't have it. This strap was originally on the passenger side, but I swapped it over to the driver's side because obviously I drive the car. I'm not a passenger. It's my car. So yeah. What else? Let me show you guys in the back what I want to do, because there are a few little things I got to fix up back here. So I'm going to start off with the obvious, and I've already mentioned it. Those struts obviously need to be replaced. They're about 15 bucks a piece, and it's just a clip holding them on. I hit my head once on that latch already, and I'm not going to do it again. So I do have to pick up some of those. I think AutoZone sells them, or you can buy nicer ones online. I'll probably opt for the nicer ones online, but we'll have to see. Back here, if I fold the seat forward for you guys. So when you fold the seat forward, I'm actually going to go lube that spring literally right now. But one thing you'll notice when you peel back the carpet, there is that little rot spot. I'm gonna grind out probably from here all the way around it and patch it. It's basically nothing. I mean, this is it compared to the size of my phone. It's not even half my phone, but I guess I'd probably grind out a patch the size of my phone, and I'll want to replace that just so it doesn't get any worse. Let me go grab some WD-40 for that real quick. Yes, the way I've been able to fix the entirety of this Wrangler so far is WD-40, and I'm not complaining. All right, set up the phone flashlight, and right there, so in the back, we obviously have my soft top. There's no other issues back here. I do have to plug in my dome light in the rear. I just realized there's spider webs up there. Gotta plug in the dome light. I think that's right here. Let me plug that in now and see what happens. Another little issue you'll notice with my Jeep Wrangler YJ is it actually hits the tail light with the hatch right here, the little gate. So when you open this up and you open it, and then bang, hits the tail light. There's supposed to be a stopper on there, or the tire's supposed to hit that, but there's no spare on it at the moment. So that obviously has to be fixed. Easy fix. I think it's a $10 rubber stopper. And one of the big things I want to do is obviously these big patches down below are hideous, and right here is the biggest rot on the Jeep. I have to patch up the door right there, probably grab the new weather strip while I'm at it. And I'm gonna repaint all the fender flares, all the bottom, again, this fender flare as well. That will all be painted in either bed liner or matte black, just because the flares were matte black from the factory, and that's probably what's going to look best. But that's pretty much all I have to do for body work. I do also have to work on this fender. As you guys can see, this is the worst panel on the whole Jeep, is this fender. And it's got a little rot in the corner down there and a little up top. And then this fender also has a little spot right there. But that's all there is. I also want to redo this patch down here. It ain't pretty. It's solid for sure, but it ain't pretty. And that's pretty much all I have to do for body work. Nothing major at all. I want to paint up this door because it was obviously cracked or rotted in the same way as the other. And I want to paint match it and make it look good. This isn't a factory Jeep color, but it would be nice if most of it matched, and then those matte black accents would look killer. What else? We got the struts, got all the doors working, got the rear seat working. I left the WD-40 in there, it's just staring at me. There's actually, besides actually mounting the license plates and registering the vehicle so that I'm not on the Accord plates, there's no other issues with this Jeep. None that I can think of off the top of my head. It could probably use an oil change, for being like honest, but I doubt it. One thing I never checked were the windshield washers. Let's see if those function. My guess is no. Oh my gosh, they work. They freaking work, guys. No way. So I just push down on this and they work. Now the rear one isn't plugged in, but it's actually insane that that works. I wasn't expecting that. That's a good wash and detail. A little bit of paint correction here and there, a little bit of body work. This thing runs mint. I want to fix the AC and convert it to the newer stuff so I don't have to find some R12 because that's expensive and very, very dangerous. One other thing I have to do that I was supposed to do in this video but didn't want to do was align the steering wheel. This is about how it sits, which obviously isn't straight. The wheels are straight and the wheel is not. Very simple fix. I think it's called the drag bar. I'll put the correct name of what has to be adjusted on the screen. I think it's called the drag bar. Adjust that, I think you loosen it and then twist it, and that's all you have to do. You don't have to take the wheel off or anything. So besides that, I have to get a spare key, fix the struts in the rear, a little bit of body work on that fender and the door. The door is the worst. Really want to get that fixed. A good wash and drive it. I mean, this thing's great. Put some gas in her today and she's doing great. Also had to top off the oil. It was a little low, but it doesn't burn or drip any. So let's do one last take. Let's go under the frame now, under the Jeep, and I'll show you guys how mint it is, because I don't think a lot of you guys understand how clean this thing really is. Let's also turn the heat off, get some revs. I'll set up the camera behind so you guys can get some exhaust sounds, because I don't know what it sounds like from the outside. I hope it doesn't sound like trash. So yeah, let's go under the Jeep and see how clean she really is. I'm gonna lie down in my Olsen Auto hoodie, my personal hoodie for you guys, but let's go under this thing. Right off the bat, as you can see, very, very solid all right there. All proper zinc coated hardware. All the brake lines up there were done. Grease fittings on all of that. Every single bolt was pretty much redone on this. So yeah, ow, I just hit my head on the door. So yeah, this thing is like really, really clean underneath. That's the best part. I'm gonna end this video here, guys. We fixed a lot of the main issues with it I at least had to complain about, and we addressed all of the other ones. We'll be fixing that, not in the next video. I don't wanna have too many Jeep videos back to back to back, but back to back's all right. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you wanna see more Jeep content, motorcycle content, or car content, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Plenty more will be coming out. Gonna be doing some mall crawling in this thing pretty soon, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, be sure to hit that like button. Comment down below if you have a Jeep or if you want one. And if you have any questions about it, be sure to let me know. I don't know everything, but I do know something, so be sure to comment down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. So I guess we won't be doing much mall crawling. I just snapped the key off. Remember how I was talking about the guy who snapped it off in the center console? Well, now I'm the guy that snapped it off in the door lock. So I guess we're not driving the Jeep for a little while. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe, and if you want to keep watching more of my content, click one of the 2 videos below.